I'm gonna be using it because of this. Like, so I'm gonna make a ton of chili is my plan. This chili and stuff, like you can make it and then it like freezes and lasts like.
Yep. We got stuff with chili as well.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of meals that I can freeze, and so like when I start, if like there starts to be an issue with like availability of certain things, because like it might get to a point where complicated
Good day, Ross
recipes
Jason
are gonna have a hard
Worldwide.
time doing.
It's been over a year since I've done a live feed, really, for Invega side effects. In the end of this, you'll see my video from last January. Attitude hasn't changed towards the assault, the harm to my body. An assault is anything that harms you, and it doesn't matter what anybody says. Those are the definitions by the law, American or Canadian. An assault is anything that harms.
Interchange. Gotta get that cloth.
Andrew and Lipke. This, you'll see my video from last January. Attitude hasn't changed towards the assault, the harm.
So you want to do money runs, huh? Or you want to do it on interchange, or you want to do it?
I still want to bleed money.
Yeah, okay.
As long as we're not bleeding money, my hideout covers my losses and stuff, you know?
Right.
Interchange. Well, my hideout covers my losses to begin with, so as long as, like, if we're breaking even, essentially, like, our runs, I'm still technically making money. Especially with, like, the way I can play the flea market. Just yesterday, we're losing big.
You want to do it on interchange, or you want to do it?
I still want to bleed money.
Yeah, okay.
As long as we're not bleeding money, my hideout. Well, my hideout covers my losses to begin with, so as long as, like, if we're breaking even, essentially, like, our runs, I'm still technically making money. Especially with, like, the way I can play the flea market. Just yesterday, we're losing big.
Human rights is, geez, that's a good question.
Human rights. Oh, that's tough. Wow.
I don't even know how to give that a definition.
I would probably have to do a little bit of homework or something.
Any right that I think just as a normal, human,
The rights that humans have.
that's a very large debate.
Tú le puedes preguntar a 20 personas y te van a dar 20 diferentes opiniones.
Non saprei, una domanda complicatissima.
We just take them for granted that they're there, but we don't even consider what they are.
Human rights are the rights you have simply because you're human. It's how you instinctively expect and deserve to be treated as a person, like the right to live freely, to speak your mind, and to be treated as an equal. There are many kinds of rights. Most apply to a certain group. But human rights are the only ones that apply to absolutely everyone, everywhere. That means kids, old people, poor people, basketball players, garbage men, rappers, teachers, Africans, Indians, Albanians, Christians, Muslims, Kabbalists, atheists, your mom, your dad, your next door neighbor, and you all have the exact same human rights. In other words, they're universal. But the question remains, what are they?
Name the human rights?
What the human rights are?
The right to live.
Equality between all peoples.
Right to religion, the right to...
Is there supposed to be a list somewhere I should be aware of?
According to the United Nations, there are a total of 30 human rights, which are usually lumped together and called simply human rights. They're all listed out in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is the world's most widely accepted document on the subject. But it was a long time in coming. At first, there were no human rights. If you were in with the right crowd, you were safe. If you weren't, well, you weren't. But then a guy named Cyrus the Great decided to change all that. After conquering Babylon, he did something completely revolutionary. He announced that all slaves were free to go. He also said people had the freedom to choose their religion, no matter what crowd they were a part of. They documented his words on a clay tablet known as the Cyrus Cylinder. And just like that, human rights were born. The idea spread quickly to Greece, to India, and eventually to Rome. They noticed that people naturally followed certain laws, even if they weren't told to. They called this natural law, but it kept getting trampled on by those in power. Not until 1,000 years later in England did they finally get a king to agree that no one can overrule the rights of the people, not even a king. People's rights were finally recognized, and they were now safe from those in power. Kind of. It still took a bunch of British rebels declaring their independence before the king got the point that all men are created equal. Which isn't to say he liked the idea, but he couldn't stop that, and America was born. The French immediately followed with their own revolution for their own rights. Their list was even longer, and they insisted that these rights weren't just made up. They were natural. The Roman concept of natural law had become natural rights. Unfortunately, not everyone was so thrilled. In France, a general named Napoleon decided to overthrow the new French democracy and crown himself emperor of the world. He almost succeeded, but the countries of Europe joined forces and defeated him. Human rights was again a hot topic. They drew up international agreements, broadly granting many rights across Europe. But only across Europe. The rest of the world somehow still didn't qualify. Instead, they got invaded, conquered, and consumed by Europe's massive empires. But then a young lawyer from India decided enough was enough. His name was Mahatma Gandhi, and in the face of violence, he insisted that all people of Earth had rights, not just in Europe. Eventually, even Europeans started to agree. But it wasn't going to be that easy. 2 world wars erupted. Hitler exterminated half the Jewish population of Earth in horrifying Nazi death camps. And all told, 90 million people died. Never had human rights been so terrifyingly close to extinction. And never had the world been more desperate for change. So the countries of Earth banded together and formed the United Nations. Their basic purpose was to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person. But what were human rights? Were they the proclamations of Cyrus, the natural laws of Rome, the declarations of France? Everyone seemed to have a slightly different idea of what human rights should be. But under the supervision of Eleanor Roosevelt, they finally agreed on a set of rights that applied to absolutely everyone. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The French concept of natural rights had finally become human rights. So, in summary, at first, only a few lucky people had any rights, until one of those guys decided, hey, other people should have some rights too, which was great, except not everyone agreed. And it only took a few thousand years of fighting and declarations and more fighting until everyone finally agreed that human rights should apply to everyone. And they all lived happily ever after. Except for one little problem. If people have the right to food and shelter, why are 16,000 children dying of starvation every day? 1 every 5 seconds. If people have freedom of speech, why are thousands in prison for speaking their minds? If people have the right to education, why are over 1 billion adults unable to read? If slavery has truly been abolished, why are 27 million people still enslaved today? More than twice as many as in 1800. The fact is, when it was signed, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights did not have the force of law. It was optional. And despite many more documents, conventions, treaties, and laws, it's still little more than words on a page. So the question is, who will make those words a reality?
I have a dream today.
When Dr. King marched for racial equality, he was marching for rights that had been guaranteed by the United Nations for almost 2 decades. But still, he marched. When Nelson Mandela stood up for social justice in the 1990s, his country had already agreed to abolish such discrimination for almost 40 years. But still, he fought. Those who fight today against torture, poverty, and discrimination are not giants or superheroes. They're people. Kids, mothers, fathers, teachers. Free-thinking individuals who refuse to be silent. Who realize that human rights are not a history lesson. They're not words on a page. They're not speeches or commercials or PR campaigns. They are the choices we make every day as human beings. They are the responsibility we all share to respect each other, to help each other, and to protect those in need. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, where, after all, do universal human rights begin? In small places close to home. So close and so small that they cannot be seen on any maps of the world. Yet they are the world of the individual person, the neighborhood he lives in, the school or college he attends, the factory, farm, or office where he works. Such are the places where every man, woman, and child seeks equal justice, equal opportunity, equal dignity without discrimination. Unless these rights have meaning there, they have little meaning anywhere.
Can you tell which of these children was not born free? Can you tell which of these children was not born equal? Can you tell which of these children does not deserve to be treated with dignity. We can't either. Human right number one. We are all born free and equal. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
Joe. Steven. Eric. Okay. I'll take him right there. Alright, take you. You, right here.
It greeted you at birth. It was there for your first step, your first mistake, your first kiss. It's with you when you win, when you lose, when you pick yourself up again. In every moment, you can feel it. Life. Human right number 3, the right to life. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
Okay, kids, here we are at the slavery exhibit. Now, as you can see, the slaves were kidnapped from their homes, chained together for weeks. They would cram them onto these ships in very appalling conditions.
Thousands of women and children are being smuggled across the border.
Sexual trafficking of children. As you can see right here, they were treated like animals. They worked all day long for no pay.
In sweatshops raided by police, children forced into slave labor.
Some of the slave masters were very cruel. They whipped them and they beat them, as you can see in some of these pictures.
Torture and assault, brutal, even fatal.
So, before moving on, are there any questions?
Does this still happen today?
When I was walking home from school, they asked me for my money. I said no.
And all my friends ran home because they were scared he might punch them too.
I was screaming, but he just wouldn't stop.
He always said he would hit me. I just didn't think he actually would.
I don't know what I did, but they just kept on kicking me.
They tied me up and dragged me outside. They stripped me of my dignity.
She said she was going to teach me a lesson.
He said I wasn't listening. I didn't think he'd get so mad.
James. Right. Welcome to my country, my friends. I am right. Really? Where do you think you are? I am right. I am right! Only rights you have here. Not rights I give you. Ready? 1, 2. Спасибо.
Different words describe different people. But in the eyes of the law, there's one that fits us all. Human right number 7. We're all equal before the law. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
Yo, this is a story about human rights. For those that don't know, you need to. Yo, a starving artist, but his lyrics sold worldwide. His friend and manager was a snake in disguise, and he was bitten. His song sold without his permission. Saw his record on the shelf, the snake had stolen his vision. But knowing his rights, he could protect himself. Fair treatment by fair courts, he got the law to help. The other dude just sunk weak, looked like a punk, could hardly open his mouth to speak, popping that junk. You better get up, stand up, if you've been done wrong. You better stand up for your rights like that Marley song. Get yourself represented, lawfully defended. Know your human rights, don't ever surrender. No, don't ever surrender. Yeah.
Let's go.
Anybody out there? This isn't right. Somebody just tell me what I did, please. Can somebody just tell me? God, I should talk to somebody. Let me go.
Next case.
The People versus Martin White. Mr. White has been charged with...
Guilty. Next case.
But Your Honor, you haven't heard the charges yet.
Guilty. Next case. Guilty. 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 Nice, Mr. President. Guilty. Next case.
Chill out when you're stealing my things.
You're causing
I wouldn't have to raise my voice if you would just give it back and stop being like a criminal.
I don't have your cell phone.
Oh
I don't
God,
have
look
your
at
cell
yourself.
phone.
What are you offering?
Is this a thief's uniform?
Oh my
You see all these people standing around here?
Oh,
Why am I the one? Why
I'm
are you
sorry,
singling me out
homie.
right now?
Okay.
What?
Don't make this a big deal. Just give it back, okay?
Did you see me? Did
Yeah,
you see
you
me?
know, I just know you took it.
Where are
Look
your
at yourself.
witnesses?
Look at
Where are your
yourself.
witnesses?
What?
Did you see me? Did you see me?
Hey, you left us in the bathroom.
Hey, I think you dropped this.
Where would I go if the world had no limits? If I could defy all boundaries? If I could ride the wind? Where would it take me? If all roads were open to me? Where would I go if I could fly? If I were free to move?
I'm Chinese.
I am Russian. I am East African.
I'm Canadian.
I am Filipina.
I am Irish.
I am Bulgarian.
Korean.
I am American. I am Brazilian.
Italian.
Mexican.
I'm British.
Swedish.
French.
I'm Israeli.
Mongolian. I'm South African.
Japanese. We are mankind.
She came up and kissed me one day.
It was an impulse. I just grabbed him and I kissed him on the lips and I ran away.
Because I was like 20 years old. It's not like something you talk about marriage all the time.
But I asked for her number. She wouldn't give me her number.
No, I think he liked me first for sure, because
She's hot.
We met in a grocery store.
We were in a class together.
Came up to me one day, says, I got this perfect girl for you.
He was a good dancer, but not too good.
Like he was my soulmate.
She's my queen. Of course, I'm the king.
I said, I have to ask you something. And she said, what? And I kneeled down, and
She was laughing and trembling. She gets so embarrassed.
what did I say? I said, will you marry me or will you be my wife?
Will you be my wife?
He proposed to me on my birthday.
And she said, yes. Are you sure?
Sorry.
I believe in nature.
I believe in the spirit.
I believe in trust. Beauty.
I believe in my mom.
Strawberry ice cream.
Fortune cookies.
Chocolate.
I believe in
The tooth fairy.
being honest with yourself.
I believe in Santa Claus.
Aliens, of course. I believe what I want to believe.
I believe in myself.
I believe in myself. I believe in peace.
gentlemen, the fact is, sir, that we require that information.
That wasn't enough. Then I come from here to here. That wasn't enough. Keep putting it on. Get this thing done. Look at the documents that you can learn. Hey, money.
Way over the button. All here in black and white. Last January, you have a point to make. Right? You're not paying attention. You're the people not paying attention.
I have something to say.
There's a mistake. I am more than this.
Seems okay to me, kid. Maybe you should check your math, huh? Hey there. Hey, boss. See what you got. Maybe you should check yours.
According to estimates, over 1 billion people live in appalling levels of poverty. Denied even basic standards of food, water. Nearly half of the world's population earns less than
Now, Krista, make sure you stay with her the whole time. She's new to the country. This is her first day. This is a brand new country. It's a whole different culture.
Gonna be okay.
Now, make sure you stay with her the whole time. I'll be here right after school to pick you up.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ignore my mom. She's so annoying. She was totally freaking out about this whole thing. She freaks out about everything. She always does that. Ugh. Ignore my mom. So, you ready for your first day in the wicked castle of doom? I mean, like, seriously, it's so boring. I don't know how they could put us through this, like, every single day. How many schools do you have in your village?
I'm good, bro.
Get that movie. Dude. Man. This is pirated.
So?
So, I wanted the real thing.
What's the difference, man?
The difference? So when I start making movies, people ripping me off.
I wouldn't rip you off, man.
Prove it.
The world I see is fair and free, where people can travel wherever they please, and children can eat and have shoes on their feet, and not be afraid when they walk on the street. It's not like there has to be rainbows and bunnies, or streets full of people all dancing like dummies, but freedom to live, to learn, and to play, to just be yourself and think your own way. The road I see may sound crazy to you, but hopefully, someday, you'll see it too.
Good morning. I'm here to read you your rights.
My what?
We are all free and equal. Don't discriminate. You have the right to life.
You have the right to life and to live in freedom and safety.
You have a right to education. You have a right to your own things.
You have the right to social security. You have the right to play.
You have the right to democracy. You have the right to asylum.
You have the right to take responsibility.
And no one
and nobody can take these rights and freedoms away from you.
Why are you doing this?
You have a right to know.
These are your human rights. There are 30 of them. They belong to you. You don't have to buy them, or apply for them, or ask permission to have them. They're just yours. No matter who you are, where you're from, how old you are, or anything else. It's just that simple. Now, some people may try to ignore your rights, or violate them, or pretend they don't exist. But they can't change the fact that they are yours. Human right number 30. No one can take away your human rights. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
If you'd like your copy of Human Rights and this as well, you can go to their main webpage. They advertise it over and over again. Humanrights.com. You can order your own. Human rights and being violated your human rights is a very touchy subject in my world. Invega Sustenna has assaulted me my entire life since it was introduced. Same with abilify and risperdal, which are the same drugs. They have the same chemical compound and assault your body in every single way. That's right. What's scrolling across the screen is a part of a game. I should take that down right now. I didn't realize it was still up, but there we go. Down now. Same with the bottom corner, so I can have a better chair, a new keyboard and mouse, and a new webcam, because for 2.5 years I've been trying to get a webcam and can't do so I can get a better picture instead of a fuzzy picture. Here in Canada, I was assaulted by some type of mace, which caused facial burning and migraines, and I asked the lady who lived upstairs, I understood it was oven cleaner, to stop spraying it. So the RCMP assaulted me. They didn't want to listen to my complaint about 6 times over and crimes of genocide, psychologically assaulting somebody. Under family violence, if you look under family violence says physical, psychological abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse, and neglect. Well, that's pushing, prodding, slamming of things, spraying of nauseous things in faces, and so forth. Borrowing money, not giving a provoking assault and harm onto another person, and the other people know what's going on. If it's part of family violence, it's the same for everybody as well, because it's a violent offense. This is just called family violence when it's under a family, and it's all in there as well. Same with genital manipulation, taking away the hormones and shrinking of appendages or sterilizing a human being and causing depression. The links are there beside you. I typed them in text. They're underneath in the description as well. Ask a patient. Ask a patient is a description of the suicide caused from Invega Sustenna, Abilify, and Risperdal as well. Plus the side effects of great obesity, gynecomastia, which is man boobs or breasts on a male, and sterilization, and women writing in here that their husbands or boyfriends committed suicide after, or women doing the same thing and causing great depression, this drug and medication. And the governments of Canada, I'm speaking for because I'm a Canadian, and even the Americans and the Germans don't seem to want to listen to anyone that this drug is worse than World War II Holocaust by the accounts of deaths that it causes and the harm of physical abilities of people. Ask a patient has from A to Z every drug out there or medication out there. Don't worry, even testosterone therapy says it causes gynecomastia if abused. Abuse is not a medication that is given over a short period of time, but if it harms you, then it's abusive, is it not? Just like it said in human rights there. The other link is the CCH.org or Citizens Coalition of Human Rights. I can't play the video due to the fact of I get a human right complaint or a copyright of the music, and I won't put theirs up either. The music impacts their video. I've played it a few times before. It's in the playlist. You can go through and look at it. The doctor has no right to give you any medication without your right telling you what harm it's going to do. In my case, he or she or the nurses never gave me a description of what was going to happen. Didn't ask me anything or tell me that the following here, even in the side effects on their main webpage for Invega. Here, let's go like this. Control, scroll, can zoom it in, and you look at it. Important safety information. Before you receive Invega Sustenna, tell your health professional about. They're supposed to ask you, is there any liver or kidney problems in your family? Is there any diabetic problems? Overweight, blah, 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 blah. You can go through it yourself. I don't need to. Read it out. It may cause high blood pressure. You might not be able to swallow and breathe properly. The side effects is choking. Why? Because without your hormone and you can't breathe and swallow food properly, so you choke on your food. It may cause seizure. And here, right there, difficulty swallowing that causes food and liquid to get stuck in the lungs. I go through that every day. I have a hard time eating now because of it. I have a hard time breathing. I'm always gasping for air. I've been so assaulted, It's so trifling, it's not funny. I can't run, walk, breathe properly. I can play a video game still, but who wants to sit on their backside or their ass every day and get a professional ass sitting award? Office workers get paid huge amount of money to work in an office. I'm sitting here in front of my PC every day. I don't make any money at all. I scrape by on disability that's less than $1,200 Canadian, and I have to live in a shithole place that my view out the window is street level. I live on the street still. That's all I see. So you can go through and read all of it yourself. The side effects are trifling to me and my body and my life. I can't live a life anymore, but people want to push this assault and harm onto my life. I've said it since the day I started doing this. I see other people talking about it in the same mannerism. All the links, you can go here. They're underneath here as the description. This is what you're going on live right now. GoFundMe. If you want to buy a t-shirt or tip me so I can buy new peripherals and a chair and a new webcam and whatnot, and buy a better editing program than just this and whatnot. So if you'd like to help me out, by all means, please. It's up to you. I'm not pushing it upon you. Oh, look at this. I got this in here twice. I should fix that. All the links in chat, they're all down here below. You can go in there and check it out yourself. Ethics, boom, boom, boom. Lie at it. Everything I just gave to you. My playlist here too, you just click on my name, you go to playlist 1 or 2 of Speak Up Against the Harm of, or Speak Up, Don't Be Afraid, or Invega, and bam. Same with the poverty one. It ain't fun living in poverty in any country. Serfdom, as you know, is never owning anything in life and always living in dire straits, they say. And a lot of people do. Even those who make $120,000 a year, supposedly, who are trained or don't realize they're spending all their money. And they overspend on what they call their Visa card. You know, that fake money. And then spend their RSPs or whatnot money to pay that back. They don't know how to manage money because they're living on borrowed credit. I'm not being ignorant or discriminating to them or insulting them. They really didn't know how to look after money. You know why? Because they are always spending all their money on dumb stuff. And never realizing, hey, I shouldn't spend this money at all. Because why? I have to pay it back later on. So, did I make any money? No. I used my $5,000 fake credit in this credit card and $5,000 in that credit card, MasterCard and Visa, and whammo. This is just an example. I've never had a credit card like that. And say, oh, I'm good with money. No, you're not. You borrowed money at a high interest rate and every year complained you had to pay it back. If you didn't have that money and managed your money, then you're a good manager of money because you only live by your means. Those visas are fake money, and that's how it works. Please, you being assaulted by any psychiatric drug or the negativity of the government, you know, crimes of genocide, always having to be right and hold you right, speak up against human rights violations. Invega has killed my life. I can't handle looking in the mirror. I don't leave this jailhouse of an apartment, and I hate life because I'm being assaulted by my government and look for a new place and don't want to go anywhere really because I don't want to go through it again. I can't handle the amount of negativity in my life, and I've done nothing wrong to deserve this. Every job I scrape by, I work the hours that I could, and I'm not going to work 10 jobs and be stressed out to have nothing in life either. Nothing I learned in school was proper either. Get a job, work full time, 7% of your income comes off your checks for your holiday of 2 weeks out of every year. I'm going to have a loving family and have a car and own a house, which never happened within the first 10 years of working. Scrape by, scrape by, scrape by. Construction's for a dog world. You're lucky if the work's there. Have tools, will travel, they say. I tried my hardest. We don't need workplace harassment on the jobs either. WorkSafe BC or Alberta. You can go look that, or Canada. We're all apex of Canada in each province, and they're the same laws and regulations. Just like human rights around the world, they're all the same. I don't know what else to say, but it's as goofy as hell. I think I'm going to load this up, and I'm going to play one game, and one game only. I had a migraine for 2.5 hours after getting my internet fixed. And to get the real copy, this is the free version. It's something like, what, $75, so I got to work on that. But I got to buy a new OEM and another M2 drive, so it runs perfect. New webcam. When you're streaming, you have a green screen. You have to have a 60 frames per minute, 120, so it doesn't have that blur you see there anymore. And that's the problem with it. So we're going to close this, and I'm going to switch pages here again over to this side. And we're going to go over here, and where's that? I got to find that page. Properties. Oh, update. I need to do an update. Okay, we got a little update going. So, oh, it's doing it right now. Welcome to Roscoe Gaming. This is Roscoe, and we're just gonna head on to a little game. You can buy my merch on my merch page. That's my new shirt I just got designed up. There's 10 of them right now. They're about $18, and to get them delivered to my house on $18, I think it's $42 after taxes, because it's United States money, so 72 cents per thing. And like I said, this is Roscoe and Roscoe Gaming. Welcome to the Coliseum. Grab your seats, grab your Coca-Cola, your warm drink, sit down, hopefully it's comfortable, and enjoy the nonsense you might see. You can also find me on Twitch, Roscoe Gaming, and we will go to Plunder first. All right, here we go. We're looking for a team. That's right, this is my right of expression and right to play, that I just want to enjoy sitting in my clean environment away from anybody that can harm me other than on the internet. I'm trying to enjoy some time of life. My right to play. That's what I'm doing. My right to play. Not a violent game. Freedom is not owning a gun. Freedom is having enough money to live by in this society.
Grab some target practice while you can. We're deploying soon. Taking fire! Alright, that's enough mucking about. Now we do this for real.
Mucking
Hostiles
about?
dropping into the area. What?
They're mucking.
Plunder. The job's simple. Secure 1 million in cash before the enemy.
Can you hear me, George?
Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in.
That's our drop zone! Get ready! Does anyone need this? Moving!
Supply box identified. Marking location now.
Moving! I'll drive. I'll drive. All right, passenger.
Extraction is standing by. Mark Canal's in for pickup.
All right, passenger. Moving. EMP drone away.
Enemy soldier incoming. Roger. Bird is coming in for deposit. Helo is in position for your deposit. Stand set. Cash secure. Helo is RTB. Cargo deposit. Good work.
Oh shit. Was looking too much at the keys. What I do on Roscoe Gaming on Twitch, I play this and Escape from Tarkov, Pac-Man, or whatever I have. Sorry, George, if you can hear me. Gotta get to 1 million.
I'll be the pilot.
where's the bank? There.
Moving! Taking fire! Taking fire!
What else you got? Oh, that's just what I need.
Moving!
Oh, that guy right there. Hard. Thought he came from below. Oh, yes! We got. Fuck, that guy's got quite a bit of money, eh?
Enemy soldier incoming!
Oh shit. Server disconnected. Whatever. That's not good, eh? And we'll just go to this. That sucks, eh? Alright, we'll go try solos and team battle royale. Server core. Heavy overload. Oh, fuck. Coca-Cola time. Court says, get back to that
Check your
fucking
gear
game.
and weapons. Planes are making ready for deployment.
What happened? What? Another problem? Try again. Fuck, that sucks, eh? Hey, I'll try again. Game is running. No. Okay. Connecting. What's this say? Estimate wait 71 minutes? I'm not waiting 71 minutes. "71 minutes, eh? 71 minutes for a game? 99 minutes. Look at that. 10 minutes now, it says. And let's do nope, that's wrong. Ten minutes, eh? 10 minutes, this sucks. 5 minutes. Four minutes. Hey, well, it's going up. I'm going to a bathroom break. One minute. Bullshit. Moses is gonna shoot me in the head. Pack 3 7%. Oh, what's that say? Installing shade optimize. Installing complete. Oh, bullshit. Hey, we can't get into that. Hey, we're just gonna load this one up. Gotta get a new set of headphones. Tired of the wireless already. Hey, this is my character, and yeah, you build up your guns, you build up your weapons, and then you go in and use them. And I have to get myself a backpack. Alright. And then I have to do, where is it? Backpack. Okay. Grab myself some more meds. That'd be good. I will do a scav run first, just something to do. This is what they call interchange, if those who don't know it.
Get easy.
We got how much time? 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes to grab what loot we can and bugger out here. Well, I'm already playing the game and it says that. It's a little laggy, hey? No good. Okay, I'll probably get shot right away. Just looking for a bag and a human being. Could be possibly dead. Object is to look for high valued loot. Stuff you need and whammo. Gasoline for the hideout. That is, but that's worth 1,600. What I'm looking for is a propane tank. Like that. Find a bigger bag. I got 2 things of gas and a motor there. One propane is better than none. Right? Playing G.I. Joe right now if you really want to look at it. As kids we play war or a tag and about the same thing. This part of the game, I understand, is to teach people how to steal stuff or take stuff out of rooms, and what to sell and what not to sell, and manage what money they have on what stuff they can have. The game's based on raiding poverty areas and taking their crap. That's what the game's based on, according to their storyline. Okay, this is called a pistol run. I'm just going for a pistol run. They just race the endurance and the strength, so gotta work on it again so I can be faster and better. And Oh, you fucker. Thought I got him in the head. That sucked, eh? That really sucked. Well, we'll do one more map and then we'll end this stream. And thank you very much for dropping by and watching. Speaking up, don't be afraid to speak up on human rights violations like Invega side effects. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and yeah. On our link below, you can find this Streamlabs for Roscoe Gaming tips and whatnot, or you can visit me on Twitch and find it out yourself. You can find a T-shirt. Contact me. We got 10 minutes. First thing is, we'll check this, see if we can get a video card. Got one guy there, one guy there.
Get easy.
Like I have a bag or no? Take my chances. Let's get going. Better than that one. Oh, a gunshot always gets you. The hollow sound. Too many. I want this stupid.
Ништяк, пацаны, сегодня кайфуем.
Propane's better than nothing, right? One's better than nothing. They used to say they used to spawn in there all the time, but all the game is PvP and PvP mean shooting people. I'm as good as dead anyway. I got a low bleed or a big bleed. I'll just do that. Sometimes. No. That's the game of Torkov, or Escape from Torkov. A Russian game called from Battle State. Check her out. you're watching my human rights violations, whatnot. So it's quite boring actually in some ways and exciting in others. So it just gives you something to do. It works your heart up and whatnot. It's a time pass. You're passing through space as your time's being wasted on this earth by the governments of the world with stupid psychiatric games that you're never good enough to do what you want to do or have what you want to do, only what they want you to do. And actors only tell you this. Aw, you ain't trying hard enough. Oh, couldn't you do better? Anyhow, you do me a favor. Have a great evening. And this was Ross Jason Bohemly, RJBL TV. Don't be afraid. Speak up on Canadian and world human right violations. And that's right. Court's adjourned. This issue is done for today. And thank you very much for dropping by to Roscoe Gaming. You can find me on Twitch as well. The link will be provided below. And I'll put that in right now. And Twitch, donation, tips, and yeah, we can find you on Twitch Gaming as well. We'll put that right on the bottom. TV. And the merch will, oops. And the merch will, this one here, just in case you want to buy a t-shirt. That's specific to North America. There you go. If you'd like to check it out, there you go. All the descriptions in the chat line below. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, you all, and behave yourself. Drink your green beer and enjoy. Treat your grandma. See you on the other side. Larry boy, you as well. Thanks for tuning in to Roscoe Gaming. Much appreciated. And RJBL TV, this is Ross Jason Bohemly speaking up in human rights violations around the world that everybody should watch out for. Ciao for now.